It's probably the most absurd 36 hours that I've ever seen, because my view is that this is an economic Armageddon.
All right, you've heard it there. Dan Ives has flipped bearish. He's been one of the most bullish people, one of the most bullish analysts for the last couple of years. And just yesterday, he flipped his opinion. I imagine it's gotten even worse today with this drop in pre-market. You can see currently on QQQ, we're down 2.8% more in extended hours this morning than we were yesterday after our massive drop yesterday, which was market open, so we can actually go to the one-day chart. Yeah, so we have another huge gap down today. Yesterday we were down 5%. Today we're down another 2.62%, 2.3% on the SPY. You can see that the 10-year yield is dropping. I bet you TMF is probably doing very well right now. Yeah, it's up another 5%. I don't know if I would be buying bonds right now, but this is all a result of this right here. Let's go. Okay. Trump's trade war escalates as China retaliates with a 34% tariff. So they've added 34% on top of what they were already tariffing us, which means that Trump, if he is going to hold to his word, he is going to clap back with reciprocal tariffs, which is going to spiral us further down. We are in full on liquidation mode, full on trade war, as he said it, economic Armageddon. Watch that whole video if you can. You can see here, tariffs to take U.S. tech back a decade. Wedbush's Ives says. It's on Bloomberg television. You can watch the whole thing there. It's only like 4 or 5 minutes. I encourage you to watch it. There's a lot of little tidbits that are quite interesting in there. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. China clapped back with reciprocal tariffs. Trump said that he will reciprocate if there are any other further tariffs put on the United States. China's trying to call our bluff, and we're going to see what happens. This is bad. It's going to get worse before it gets better, likely. I'm not saying that this is the end of the world or anything, but yeah, this is it. This right here. Let me draw it on here. This right here was a bear flag. That was a bear flag, and I haven't used the mouse on this computer in a while. That was terrible. Let me draw it with my finger. This was a bear flag. Okay. And we are going to get the full range of that, it looks like. And that full range is, oh, no. Yeah, so we did a second angle violation, actually, too. So here, let me go here. So we swept the low. This was a line back here that goes through some important lines. Doesn't matter. But, yeah, we're way below it. We are in recessionary territory here. We are running for the August 5th lows here, 424 on the QQQ. Let's take a look at the SPY. How's the SPY doing? The SPY is all the way down here. So let me get rid of this one. Let me get rid of these up here. All these little lines that are just kind of there now. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Get rid of that, and this. Okay. So this white line here, yeah, this is pretty important, this white line right here, and we're below it. That means we're headed for this third angle down here on the SPY. So the SPY August 5th low was 510. We're likely headed for this yellow line all the way down here, which would be around 490s. Okay, that's likely where we're headed, and that coincides with the bear flag. And if I get my ruler out, and you can see I got my ruler right here, yeah, boom, from the top of the pole to the bottom of the flag there. And then you double that, we're going all the way down into 4. It looks like, what does that say? 488. So we're going down into the 480s, 490s here as a result of this, unless something changes immediately and dramatically. Okay, so that's what's going on. That's the big deal here, and you can see that on the Magnificent Seven. We're down. Tesla down another 4%, Apple down 3%, Amazon down 5%, Google down 0.8%, not so bad, but a 3%. NVIDIA down 3%, AMD down 4%, Soxel 13%. But meanwhile, Bitcoin's holding. Bitcoin may decouple from the market here. And once Bitcoin is back above the 50-day moving average, I'm going to be feeling very bullish on Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is holding. Solana, not relatively holding. MicroStrategy down a little bit. You can see the miners. The miners are actually down about as much as the regular overall market. Which is not so bad. CLSKW is actually up today. Not too bad. So the Bitcoin related stuff is actually holding up decently right now. Let's take a look at gold, GLD. How's gold doing? Gold is actually down a tiny bit, but only 1%. So not so bad. It's still on its rip-roaring move here. I'm looking for it to come back down to around this white line here. Let me adjust that a little bit. Around this white line here, and then I'd be looking at grabbing more gold. I'll probably be getting into the metals here pretty soon, a little more than I already am. Let's take a look at silver. How's silver doing? Silver is getting crushed. Wow, silver is down 3%. So silver not doing so hot. Gold doing quite well. What about copper? Copper's down 6%. Whoo, boy, Dr. Copper is saying we are sick. So this is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty bad. It could turn on a dime. It absolutely could turn on a dime. Palantir down 5%. Chinese stocks down a lot. SoFi down 7%. Yeah. It could turn on a dime. All it would take is deals to be made, but it looks like countries want to, at least China at this point, wants to push us and see how much we're willing to take first before coming to the table for any type of deal. We're gonna hurt. We're gonna hurt everyday Americans. We're gonna suffer. We're gonna suffer right now. We're gonna suffer over a potential, what did they say, it was a few $100 billion in trade deficit. But I mean, you also have to think about what did we get in exchange for those trade deficits. We got a lot, and they wiped, was it $5 or $6 trillion off of the stock market for a small trade deficit. By comparison, it's almost like not even a tip compared to what we've paid for this bill here. So that's getting pretty brutal out there. It's quite bad. Right now I am mostly cash. I've been stopped out of pretty much all my positions. Vertiv down 10%. Woof, man. Yeah, I've been stopped out of most of my positions. I've got a few left that are still on the table. A few put options that I need to roll because they were sold puts, cash secured puts. So I got to roll those probably pretty soon. But yeah, it's tough out there. It will get better. It will get better. Quicker than we think. It'll take longer than we want, but recover faster than we think. So stay strong out there. Don't do anything insane or rash or anything. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. We're not in unprecedented times, but we are in crazy times. This is right in line with the last time that the United States did reciprocal tariffs, which was during the Great Depression, which drove us deeper and deeper into pretty bad, made the Depression much worse, and did eventually end with World War II. So hopefully we're not on that track. Hopefully we get calmer heads prevail and we see some deals come to the table and we can recover from this and get right back to business as usual. But we're going to have some pain along the way, and I don't think that the pain is over yet. I think we probably got a couple more days or weeks of this before we see any kind of turnaround, because Trump has to answer to this. He has to answer to these new Chinese tariffs. And he said his answer would be even more tariffs, which means that their answer will likely be even more tariffs, which means that we are going to suffer a lot until they have made some type of a deal. So we are the collateral damage in these negotiations, and that's all there is to it. There's nothing we can do about that. Act accordingly. Don't take risks you can't afford. Always manage those risks. Keep things in perspective. It won't last forever, but it is going to hurt while it does last. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.